What is goody, y'all? It's your boy Shacked.
And I'm Bolo, and welcome back to Q The Breakdown. Today we got a longtime homie, Craig Smoove, in the building.
What's up?
Bang, bang, ski, ski. You know what it is. We got the boy in the building today. Stoked to have you out, bro. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This should be fun. I know it's been a long time coming, so
It has been a long time coming.
glad to make it happen. You know,
Can't rush greatness, baby. You can't rush greatness.
I've been soliciting this guy for the last month or two. Just been like, yo, bro, let's get you on here. He's like, yeah. Just talk to my manager.
man. You know what I mean? It's just been tough, but I was gone for 2 weeks and now I'm back, so we're good. You know,
Welcome back.
Welcome back, dude. You said you took a trip back home, which leads me to our first question: are you from originally San Diego?
No, I grew up in Boston, and so that's where I go. And every summer, my family would have a house in Maine, and we'll just go up and hang out with my aunts, my grandmother, my moms. You know, chill.
Yeah,
Chill.
that's nice.
Beach, but like different
change
beach.
of pace.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
way different.
Yeah, I need it.
Some different kind of food.
Oh my God, so much seafood.
Yeah, bro.
That's all we
that
did.
sounds
was eat
gas.
seafood.
Dude, before we go any further, I just want to let everyone know that Craig Smoove told us he was a little bit nervous for this interview, and that's okay. But just let him know he's good. He's in warm hands here.
Yeah,
Warm
we'll be
hands?
all right.
Don't feel my hands.
Sweaty
bro.
ass hands. God damn.
Dude, no, honestly, it's super casual. Honestly, the reason we were super stoked to have you on is just because you've been rocking the game for a minute, and I think you could definitely shed a light on kind of what it takes to sustain a career like this long time. You're doing this fully independently too.
Yeah,
which
that's what I do. So
super impressive.
yeah, man, that's why I'm stoked to talk to you because any insight I can help to
Yeah.
any DJs or just any producers, whatever. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah. I'm excited because I'm gonna learn some shit today. I got my notepad out.
Yeah.
Handy dandy notebook.
Let's talk about when you first started DJing.
When I first started DJing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was way back in the day, and I had bought myself like one of those beginner like DJ setups from Guitar Center turntables and like the wackest mixer you've ever seen.
Nice.
And then me and my homie, we started doing like graduation parties and like kind of birthday parties, and we wouldn't even be booked. We would just show up with our turntables, and I bought one of those Mackie speakers, one of the 450s or whatever, and we would just show up and we would play, and like we were upperclassmen, so they're like, what are they gonna say? And then they liked it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I started, you know what I mean? Just messing around like that.
You're gonna respect your elders and you're gonna dance.
Yeah, what are they going to say?
You're gonna dance. Like your life depends on it.
Now I think about it, it was really rude, but whatever. It was
It
fun.
worked.
Yeah, that's awesome. What the heck?
Got
you
us
just
going.
playing like whatever you wanted to shove
We
down
were
their
playing
throats?
whatever. We were playing like some house. We started playing some hip hop. At the time, I was really into underground, but like nobody listened to underground hip hop.
all
You know what I
good.
mean? When they're trying to party. So I
Right.
started playing commercial hip hop, and then like my friends got a house, and we started throwing like house parties and keggers, and then like I played a couple frat parties,
Yeah.
and then I started playing like a couple bars and clubs in downtown Boston, and that's kind of where I got my start. You know?
Okay. So you were already DJing in Boston before you moved to San Diego?
Yeah, I've been a DJ for a couple years, and then when I moved out here, like it was essentially like starting over. I didn't really know anyone.
Yeah.
I was literally walking around to different bars in PB and downtown and being like, "Hey, like, you guys need DJs?" type thing. I was like handing out CDs.
Yeah.
And then I went
Damn
to
CDs.
Red Circle, which isn't there anymore. It's on Fifth. It's like kind of next to Atomic. It's this downstairs little dive
Okay.
bar, and it was a dude out front, and he was like, "90s hip hop music, $3 drinks, no cover." And me and my roommate were like, "Let's go down."
Yeah.
Damn.
I went downstairs, had a drink. The DJ was playing some good hip hop, some shit. And I went up to the DJ and I was like, "Hey man, just moved here. Where can I buy like records?" Because at this time, you know, you needed actual records.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Dude, I work at a record store." And I was like, "No way."
Damn.
And he's like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Come through. I'm working." And his name was Mikey Beats. And I went down and we just hung out at the record store for like a couple hours and just chopped it up. You know what I mean? And he was
Yeah.
like, okay, he could tell that like I'm a real DJ, not just like someone who's like, "Yeah, I know how to DJ." And then
Yeah,
I went.
yeah.
And then he gave me an opportunity. I played that club
Like Jared?
a couple times for free and just. And then from that, I just like started playing different venues. He kind of brought me up, and then we got started.
That's
and
crazy.
I started doing my own thing, you know?
Dude, that's a dope, like, fucking how you got put on story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, it's crazy.
When you were explaining that, I could see it like a movie. Like
Literally.
I'm like watching it. You go through all the phases, bro.
And the other thing I forgot to say was like, he was like, "Where do you live?" I was like, "I live at Grand and Gresham." He was like, "Dude, I live on Grand and Gresham." He literally lived like cat corners to me, like across the street.
What,
I was
bro?
like, "This is."
That's meant to be.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was the stars aligning right there.
Yeah, that was
You
he's
guys
the homie
are you
for real,
guys
you know what I
still
mean? He hooked it
homies?
up.
Like, do you still talk?
Yeah, man, he's been doing his own thing, and I've been doing my own thing, but like he's still cool. I just saw him. He just played my friend's wedding. Like so.
No shit.
No way.
Yeah, he's doing
Full
big
circle,
things.
dude. What the hell?
Right?
That's dope.
Dude, that is always the best when it comes around full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Happens a lot, I feel like, these days on these stories.
Definitely.
Dude, are you still doing... I've noticed you do a lot of electronic music. You always keep it OG with the hip-hop, too, though.
Yeah, I definitely. So I guess I do both.
Yeah.
So you mean like obviously Sundays at Firehouse it's all house, it's tech, it's bounce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And then play a venue like Nova or drop in support for certain venues, other places. Definitely house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I still play open format, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I mean like real open format where it's like hip hop, it's pop, it's Latin, it's
Yeah.
a little bit of trap, a little bit of big room, you know what I mean?
Candy
I love
jar.
doing that shit, you know what I mean?
The candy jar.
A little candy jar, whatever you pick is what you
This is
get.
it. No, I remember reaching out to you like a while back and just kind of picking your brain on that too. It was just kind of like I found myself in a weird in between, and I know you've been doing it super well where you're able to just like master both really and land consistent bookings for both. And so,
Well, it's good. So it works both ways because you can get a little bit pigeonholed. Like I've always played house, and I'm pretty good at playing house.
Right.
But like some venues or some production companies, if they just see you as an open format DJ, they're never going to book you.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
We touched on that on our last podcast.
yeah.
That's the problem that he was having. I mean, I'll let you tap into it, but
I mean, yeah, like I said, I hit you up as soon as I noticed this was like kind of an issue, I guess you could say, or like being pigeonholed. I hit you up too, just kind of pick your brain.
Yeah.
Because it was like when I first moved to San Diego, I was just taking on any and every gig I could, whether it was like Latin clubs or, hip hop clubs, small electronic clubs. And then I was in that weird situation where like these clubs wouldn't see me as this style of DJ and this club wouldn't see me as that style of DJ. So I was in the middle, which is why I reached out to you and kind of picked your brain.
Yeah.
And you were just like, bro, honestly, just follow what you love.
It depends. Like if you want to go full in on house and you just want to do that, then just do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But if you're kind of like messing around with a little bit of here and you're not like super in and on one, then it's going to be tough. And you are going to get
Right.
pigeonholed. And they're going to be like, well, he kind of does this, but he also kind of does that. You know what I mean? And you make music too. So like if you just keep making those fucking house bangers, dude, stay in that lane. But you just put out a good Moonwood track. So like,
yeah.
I did. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
it's not to say
over
you
here.
can't do
You got your own
both. Like
candy
I
jar,
do
bro.
both. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's like really beneficial. Like the night I played at Park with St. John,
Yeah.
I got booked as support for Hook and Sling, direct support. So I was playing 11:30 to 12:30.
Mm-hmm.
Then later that week, or the week before, they had an opportunity to book St. John hip hop act,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're like, "We may flip you in Hook and Sling," and so I ended up headlining that night.
Oh, what the heck?
And like, because they trust me, they know I can do both. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be like an all EDM set, and then it turned into an open format, like big room set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
fucking
whatever
dope.
you want.
Dude, in regards to like bookings, because you literally, I feel like I've seen you on every single flyer in San Diego.
Honestly, bro.
Like literally.
I'm trying to stay busy.
Like, you see that smile? He
I
turned
saw
away.
that
Just,
shit. Let's talk about, you told me you were working with an agency for a while.
Yeah, I was in with an agency for about 4, 5, 6 years,
Okay.
and it was cool. I'm independent since post pandemic or whatever.
Okay.
Whenever
Yeah.
the shop opened up, and it's like, I mean, again, there's positive and negatives to both. Obviously, the good parts about being with a good agent is that they're going to get you booked.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put you in new venues. They're going to put you in new cities, and they're going to get you more money.
Right.
You know what I mean? But you're going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You can work out what each individual deal is you want. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
15%, 20%, whatever. They're going to take that, and you got to think about that in consideration. If you get with an agent and all they're going to do is book you at the stuff you already have, then there's no point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why are they going to take
Right.
15, 20%, 10% off of that of a relationship you already have?
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if they're putting you in a new city or putting you in front of new acts or like bigger venues or big whatever, it's worth it.
Yeah,
and also
for
like
sure.
maybe you don't like to haggle and like chase down promoters and
The
GMs
invoice.
and entertainment directors to like hustle your gigs. Someone can handle that for you.
That
but
is
it's also
nice.
you,
True.
you give up a little bit of your control. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
It's a slice of the pie.
exactly. I mean, like now I did it alone for so long, so I don't mind doing it again. You know what I mean? And I have built up a bunch of good relationships. So when shit opened up again, I was able to make a couple calls and like get myself back. But
Yeah. Get the ball rolling just like
Yeah.
riding a bike, baby.
exactly. You know what I mean?
That's true. So I guess another question is, for example, let's say someone like me, I've considered like reaching out, or not even. This is my question: is if I'm potentially looking to work with, like, let's say an agent, or not just me, maybe Shaq or maybe anyone watching. What would you say was like the first step to position yourself in front of them? Is it like they reach out to you, or you kind of got to reach out to them?
They reached out to me. They tried to get me for a while because when they got me, they were like a young agency and they had a lot of young DJs. And they're looking for some like local veteran DJs that had a presence that could like play all the venues, headline. You know what I mean? Like also open for like real support.
Yeah.
And so like they reached out to me, and I wasn't sure because I don't like giving up control. You know what I mean? Right. I like being. It was weird to me, like not knowing, looking at your calendar and seeing like a bunch of open dates and like, what if it doesn't get filled? But then you trust, and if you have a good relationship with your people, then you'll be like, okay, I know they're gonna fill it up. You know what I mean? Right. And like prioritize however you guys want it. Like for me, it was out of town gigs, money, and then like look, and then like everything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but depending on who you go with and what you want to do, you'll work out all the details,
right? Yeah.
And ask and get what you want.
This guy shared his booking calendar template, and that shit's pretty genius.
Yeah.
He's like and then he shares it with like he told me how he shared it with his agent, whoever else needs to see it, and it's like it's like just like a Google spreadsheet, but it's beautifully laid out.
Yeah, and that's like any DJs, young DJs, you know what I mean? Get your books together. I have like 3 different calendars. All different, you know what I mean? Just so I know I never double book.
Yeah. How many calendars you
got? How many? There's like one on an iPhone.
27.
But yeah, just like get your shit in order and then
keep things rolling smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit does help, low key. I just like scroll over, check what dates I have for this month. Or it also helps like if like, oh, how many gigs did I do this month? Okay, I did that many. Then that month, how much that month? Oh, well, this month I only have this many.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to meet like, you know what I'm saying?
Some kind of quota for yourself.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Have a goal.
So
that is smart, honestly.
It's clutch.
And having it on paper, just something solid in front of you.
Exactly. I have a calendar on the wall, but then I have
a lot
like
easier.
2 on my phone.
I'll share the spreadsheet with you.
Yeah, honestly, I want it. I want to see it.
I got you.
You should, you know?
This fool plugged in with that. Shout out this homie right here.
I like to be organized. Logistics matter.
Dude, this fool's on top of his logistics. For sure. Let's talk about like, do you have a favorite or most memorable experience or gig?
Man. I mean, there's too many to like think about. Like one of my favorite ones was I opened for Ghastly at Omnia, and it was so fun because Ghastly, dubstep, bass music, but I got to like literally take it from nothing, like play some heavy stuff. You know what I mean? It was just the perfect. Like when he went on, it was like fuse was set
right there.
Let's go.
Yeah.
But I could still play some heavy stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fun. Especially at a like place like Omnia too. Like you rarely will see like a dubstep or like more bass acts. Like you'll get that once a month, maybe twice if you're lucky. Now maybe more because it's Nova, but back then too, like getting to throw down like that in that kind of club is pretty fucking dope.
And I love bass music, man. Like we used to have a podcast, me and Cheyenne, and it was called iClub Dub, and we put up big numbers, but I love bass music. So that's another thing. Like I like being able to open for a guy like Nightmare.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also open for a guy like fucking Benny Benassi.
Yeah.
Or someone like a tech house person or like a scam guy. You know what I mean?
You know Cheyenne Giles?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And like Knock 2 and those
Of course, bro.
He's homies with those dudes.
Really?
Yeah, Cheyenne's
they had their all
homie.
gold kind of. That was what it was, right? Was it both of them or?
That was Cheyenne and Shoney, and then
Because I remember that was like their big Omnia thing. They would just rip. It was like all gold.
Really? That was like their.
It was like a duo, yeah.
Oh, a duo.
Like we got,
it was 2 of them.
We got BOLO Shacked or Shabolo.
Yeah, do you guys got a little?
I don't know.
Little couple name?
Label it right now.
It's the Breakdown Boys, like the Backstreet Boys.
Nah.
Shabolo. Shabolo's good.
What is SD Waterboys? That's like Knock 2 in his group, right?
Yeah, that's like their whole crew, man. That's,
they're taking over the Corona Beach.
I saw
the
that.
electric stage at Hard Summer this weekend,
Dude, I
bro.
did see
San
that
Diego
shit.
Water, shouts out.
Man, young Richard, young legend, man. That dude he's always been good. He was putting out edits like in like 2017 on like DMS or whatever, you know what I mean? And it was good then. But yeah, once him and Cheyenne started doing those festival flips, and then they both.
That's
like,
what put them on the map, bro.
Seriously, man, no one had been doing it like that.
They're so
Dude,
fire too.
they are, bro.
They're still good. They still slap.
They
Yeah.
do.
You know what I mean? And now
100%.
Knox in a whole. They're both in a whole other level. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But yeah, SC Water Boys, what's up?
What's up? We'll hit you up. Get on here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, those fools are beast producers, honestly. Fucking crazy. What about, let's talk about like a traumatizing, most traumatizing
God.
experience as a DJ, because we've all had them.
Worst was I mean I've had some. I'll tell you a funny story after. But the worst was I was playing in Vegas at a pool party, and they asked me to stop before my time.
Damn.
I've never been pulled before. I've never been pulled since. But that
That
hurt.
that just hurt for like a year.
Yeah.
I cannot
You
feel
know what I
good.
Talk
mean?
to
That's-
anybody. You get off.
There's
you don't
nothing
wanna
you could
party
do.
anymore.
And my homie who was like the resident, he's like, you're not doing bad, but management just wants to mix it up. And I was like,
Damn.
taking 7 bullets, man.
Yeah, dude.
Literally.
But yeah, that was the worst.
Wait, was that just because like what, the music song
I don't
selection
know.
or what?
Like I'd played there before, it went really well, and then I played there again, and it just like, I don't know, it was just maybe just slow, or I just was playing too much EDM, and I think they wanted more hip hop.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
Fine line,
yeah.
especially out in Vegas. You know, like.
True.
And it was tough. It was clean edits, so like,
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
dude,
man.
it's a nightmare.
Clean edits are rough.
But get your clean edits, because you never know, man. Radio gigs, you need clean edits.
Yeah.
Certain venues, you need clean edits.
It's true. Honestly,
So-
that's something I never really thought about either.
Yeah,
I've
me-
done like, this is like when I first started DJing, where it was like school dances or like events like that, and like it has to be clean.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, you just beep 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 beep.
You just
beep,
manually
beep.
cut it with the volume?
Yeah.
But then sometimes you forget. And
Yeah.
You got a F-bomb slip, and then they're not happy, and then you can get in trouble. So
Dude, there's one venue that I like would play that pretty regularly at the beginning of summer, but it's like a open to everyone, like all ages. So there's like a lot of families that come through here.
I know what you're talking about. I played
No,
that.
you don't.
Oh, a different one?
No, no, you do, but it's just, yeah, I don't have no clean edits, bro. And next thing you know, like, I'm trying to be on top of like censoring out and just cutting the volume, and then like someone comes to talk to me or something, or like I'll just forget about it, and it's just F-bombs flying everywhere. And I've never realized how many bad words the song has until I play it at a venue that doesn't allow bad words.
Oh my god, I
telling
can see
you,
the
man,
look on your
like-
face, bro. That's so funny.
Get a couple clean edits. Get like your main hip hop set and clean edits, and like
I've definitely had
it'll help you out.
a clean playlist ever since that day. So, but I haven't been called back since that day. So
Wait, where was this?
we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
We'll talk about it off camera. But it was a great venue.
Hey, when we post
Hit me
these
back
clips,
up.
I'm gonna tag that place. You're getting tagged. Like I'm putting Bolo's name and your name right up next to each other.
All right. You said there was one that's top that one as your most traumatizing.
DMX kind of yelled at me once
Damn.
at a
What?
gig.
Dude, hold on.
Yeah.
Because getting yelled at sucks, but DMX yelling at you?
Not only scary, but like
definitely
sucks, because I
scary.
love DMX. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay, it actually is kind of timely because it was during a Comic-Con. Omnia would have
Okay.
Thursday night. They would always have a big Comic-Con night.
Yeah.
And do you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
You know Hodor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian Narin or whatever. He's a DJ. He plays this like progressive house. Like
yeah, I've seen that. I've
and
seen
he's
that.
he's big. He's massive. So like I would play support for him, but most headliners they play 12:30 to close. He would play early, so he would play like 10:30 to 12, and so I would go on after him, right?
Sweet.
Which is dope.
Yeah,
Headline
fuck yeah.
after fucking him, and it's packed because it's Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Fucking sick. And they were like, play open format. It was dope. Did that the first year. The second year, they were like, all right, we're going to beef it up a little bit. We're going to book DMX. And they booked DMX as like an artist.
Damn.
Sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get
And
it popping.
most artists, as we know, they usually come on super late,
Right.
1:15, 1:30, 1:45. They just, that's how they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
natural.
But
especially
they,
like rap artists, they'll come on in the club. They'll play like 3 songs. You
They
know?
come on, they
It's
play
in
3
their
songs
It's
and
their
then they
contract.
DJ.
They,
You know what I
You're
mean?
making an appearance more so than in a
and I don't,
show.
the club doesn't mind because they keep people in there till the very end.
Exactly.
So
Right.
both parties, whatever, win. But this one, because it was Comic-Con, they're like, he's going to go on at 12:30. And I was like, okay, cool. They gave me the set list or what he was going to do. I like to be prepared.
Yeah.
So we're good. So then it's like 12:15, talking to the manager, I'm doing my thing, club's good. I look over 12:30, he's not here yet, right? Look over 12:45, he's not here yet. At like 1 o'clock, I turn around and he's talking like a manager. Like, you know, at Nova and Omnia, there's that main
back
door.
table?
And so they were like, the door was kind of open, and he's talking to a manager and another manager and like one of DMX's people. And it's not like yo, what's up? It's all love. It was kind of like they were having a conversation, like something was
Something's
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
And so I'm checking over. And then I see him walk out. So DMX leaves.
Yeah, like out. Okay, out.
And so I'm
out.
like, okay. And my homie who's the manager, he's like, yeah, there's a problem with money. Like, he was supposed to get half his money before this performance and then half his money afterwards. But because he was a half hour late, we said we're going to give you 2 afterwards.
Yeah.
And he didn't like that. So he was going to dip. Eventually they got him back. Like 20, 25 minutes later, he came in, whatever. I talked to his manager. And I'm like, okay, cool, we're good.
Yeah.
So DMX, if you've ever seen him perform, he likes to talk. In between songs, she's dropping monologues and soliloquies and talking like about God and just everything. And like,
Right.
he's real passionate, you know what I mean? So like, he does his first song, he's doing his thing, he's talking. Does the second song, he's doing his thing, talking. And then one of his managers who I had talked to, he's up on stage with him and he goes like this, he goes,
Damn.
and I'm like, and he's like,
you?
play the next song. DMX is still talking. So like, what do you do? So like, I kind of dropped the intro to the next song, and DMX was like, yo man, what are you doing? Don't play me out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, like, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm on the main stage, it's Comic-Con. DMX is up on the fucking platform, and I was like,
Damn.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to
That
be in,
is.
though. You're like, who do you listen to? Like, you said you had like a good conversation with the manager prior, so it's
yeah.
like,
And then it was his guy who told me to do it. If it was our manager, I would have been like,
I'm gonna let him talk, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it ended up being cool, whatever. But like,
No.
Yeah.
yelled at by DMX.
By DMX, of
but
all
like
people?
crazy, you know
And
what I
you're
mean?
Just looking up at him too, just like, just
Hey.
deer in headlights.
I will
thing
send
going
you.
on.
There's a picture of me looking up at him like exactly like this. Look like okay,
Like, damn.
fuck, you know what I mean? But also, yeah,
Definitely send that picture over. That's hella funny. Dude, that's I honestly don't know if I can top that one as far as
That's
the
a
most
sick story,
traumatizing
yeah.
story.
it's because it's wild. Like, first of all, I mean, I've played with some big artists and acts and whatever, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
And DMX is a legend, and he's not even here around anymore. But like that was, and he's a great performer, man. Like,
Yeah,
That's gonna stick with you for sure.
He gets down.
I could never forget that
Yeah,
one. You know
I'm
what
never
I
gonna
mean?
forget that. That's fucking
Wild, dude.
like, although it was kind of traumatizing, it's still a sick
but it's
story.
still kind of awesome.
It's a
Like
cool
DMX
story.
yelled at me. Who can say that DMX has yelled at them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't like that mad, but he was like, "What you doing, man?"
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Kinda
crazy.
checked you real quick.
Oh yeah. But
Dude, so
You're over there just pulling it back.
you've got the bookings locked in. You're smashing. I see you everywhere. You're playing all the big venues out here in San Diego. What do you got?
Trying.
What's next in the works for the Craig Smoove project, bro?
next thing is more original music, which we can talk about later. But that's
Nice.
pretty much because I want to keep doing what I'm doing, open format and house, but like
Yeah.
want to try to like put out a little bit of house that is more that can help because like we just established, some people are just looking for like producer DJs.
Yeah.
If you've been
Right.
seeing when it comes to Bloom or Nova or like even Park on their EDM nights, they're booking producer DJs.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I totally get it. Totally makes sense. So like,
Yeah.
I know I can play, but you got a couple of your own heaters. You got Orale, you know, that like pops.
Yeah.
It's
Hell
an extra
yeah.
reason to book you. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's like the
Dude.
next thing set for that's my big project for the rest of the year.
There you go. That's
I'm
a
gonna
good
stay
focus.
busy,
That's
you know?
my focus right now too.
Right?
Just learn how to produce and just bear down with it.
Yeah, just got to keep it going, you know?
I'm not saying I'm a fucking expert, but both you guys easily just hit me up and let's get after it.
Yeah, man. We
We've been
got
talking
it.
about it forever. This fool fucking put on for Orale, bro. Like,
Yeah.
before I ever even got to play it out on like a big stage, like I was getting videos of this fool playing it at like fucking.
I played it at Nova for him.
He did.
Fuck yeah.
At Nova, like Firehouse. Fucking Jerry's always sending me videos like, oh dude,
Yeah.
this song fucking sucks.
What the fucking rip
And it's always you just ripping
Dude,
it.
it slaps, man. I was playing at Hard Rock, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Fire.
It's a good summer BOLO song. Come on now.
A good summer BOLO song.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying though, because the first few songs I put out, they were all like, it was just like house, bass house, tech house.
Mm-hmm.
And then this last one, and I kind of knew like it was kind of a shot in the dark. Like, yeah, it's a Mobitone track. It's a little bit of a switch up, but I'm also trying to almost established that like I can do different genres.
There's
I don't
nothing
know.
wrong with that.
I'm figuring my shit out as we go,
Mm-hmm.
but just know that I definitely have taken a lot of like inspiration and a lot of wisdom from you in the talks we've had in the open format kind of realm of things.
Respect, man. Like, I'm here to help. I mean, you guys are good dudes. You know what I mean? I've known you for a little bit now, so like, I'm always here for questions and like
Hell yeah.
help any way I can.
Yeah, bro.
you know?
I feel like out of all the podcasts that we've had, like this is the one where the most knowledge has been dropped. Like we've had cool stories, funny stories, but like technically, like getting down to the like business aspect and technicalities of it, like you got some real experience under your belt. You know, like
Yeah,
my
and-
eyes are
Correct.
opening to this. You know, so
And it matters, you know what I mean?
appreciate
Like,
it, bro.
just like, even when you send out your invoices, like if they look good and they're professional and you get them on time, like,
Yeah.
just if you can, it's all fun. We love to party, you know what I mean? We've all had our days in the sun, but like, if you can like really get some of that shit down, it just elevates you a little bit.
Facts.
Just be professional, you know?
yeah. So you're carrying yourself as a business at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely have to ride that aspect of it to a T because, I mean, fuck,
It's a business.
business is
matters.
business, baby.
Dude, that's what's up, man. We appreciate you. Finally, what's up?
No doubt. I got one
bro.
little PSA.
No rush at all.
DJs,
Uh-oh.
stop redlining the mixer.
Uh-oh.
Stop it. And I'm not just talking about younger, newer DJs.
He's not just
even
talking
though-
about
even though
Shaq,
they can be like some of the major violators, because I've seen a lot of veterans do it too. But just stay out of the red, man. Just like it makes it shit sound horrible and crunchy, and it messes up the sound.
Dude, I don't know. I've heard if you're not redlining, you're not headlining. So
Yeah, that's a bullshit fucking. I don't know whoever came up with that, but it's terrible.
that's not me. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
But
god.
you heard it. You come on.
That's funny.
We've all done it too. I mean, I'm guilty of it, but like
You heard it here first.
you can do better.
Because then Craig Smoove has to come on and just fucking bring it down.
That's true.
That one feels like it hit close to home.
He
I
was
have to
he
do
was
that a lot.
he was looking at the camera, pointing straight in the camera because he knew you're gonna be the one editing and you're gonna be just looking him straight in the eye.
No,
Don't
bro.
let that in the
no.
fucking system.
It's not about you or anyone in particular. It's about everyone. I'm telling you. Just stay out of the red. Talk to your sound person. Talk to the manager. See where you want to be at.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Don't just turn it up full
Crank
whack.
it.
Yellow, mellow, green, good, red, dead.
Yes.
wow.
There we go.
You like that?
We'll have to put that one on a fucking shirt, bro.
That's a good shirt.
It is a
Damn.
good shirt. Cue the breakdown. Good one.
The breakdown boys.
Craig Smoove, appreciate you willing to chat it up with us, man.
Yeah, man. Happy to be here.
Hope this was worth the wait. All the soliciting we did to get you on here.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you, bro. I appreciate all the knowledge, honestly.
For real.
No doubt, man.
You'll
Happy
see
to
this
help.
guy around. Tap in. We'll link him on all socials. You can see
Get at
him
me.
DJing regularly here in San Diego. He's running at Firehouse Park, Nova. He's everywhere, man. I promise you'll see him. So, anything else you want to add?
No, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Right on.
Anytime.
Cheers.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Later.
Cue the breakdown. Cue the breakdown.